Yo, 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 yo. What's up, people? We is back. We is back. I'm gonna keep it all real with y'all, right? That Abercrombie and Fitch lawsuit was out of this world, man. Wow, yo. Yo, do y'all think? I got a serious question, yo. Yo, how do people feel about what it is, Vic? What's up, Michael? Yo, how do people feel about that quid pro quo shit, yo? Like, yo, that's serious, man. And it's like, yo, we be talking about that shit. It's like, I should have put that in the title for real. But it's like, yo, it's like, yo, you can't, like, yo, both sides is fucked up, yo. Like, yo, whenever, like I said, like I always say, yo, whenever you got people, yo, that's hell bent on fame and stardom, yo, you gonna have people that use it against them, yo. But what's worse is the, what's up, mate? Appreciate it, Mike. Is the, what's up, LaVar? Is the person that's hell bent on fame and stardom worse than a person that use it against them? You know, the Bible say greed is a sin, yo. And if you're willing to do anything for stardom, yo, there gotta be some type of greed in you. You understand what I'm saying? Because I think we gotta add that to one of the things that override common sense. Greed. Greed overrides common sense as well, man. Jealousy. So we got jealousy, envy, clout chasing, greed, and ignorance. Yeah, well, what's worse though, y'all? What y'all think, y'all? Who's the worst person? The person that'll do anything for stardom, or the person that'll use it against them? Or are they equally as bad? Yo, because that's what we got going on in the industry, man. That's what it seems like to me. Diddy got some of that shit going on. Abercrombie and Fitch dude, that's all they had going on. And I just found out too, yo, one of them guys that's indicted with the Abercrombie and Fitch dude was his boyfriend. So that was some shit they had going on together. But the intent on a person that has is different from a person that's desperate. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. Because they don't have to do that. You know? Yeah, but people do it, man. It's a crazy dynamic. It's a crazy dynamic. I don't respect it, for one. I don't. Yo, because you shouldn't, like, why would you put somebody in a situation like that? But that's a serious situation, y'all. Who's that? Who's Jay? I don't know who that is. What's up, Edward? We about to talk about it because I ain't really had no real topics today. I've been ripping and running all day. I got into it with Onnacouchtv, y'all. Onnacouchtv blocked me, y'all. Y'all familiar with y'all? He do like a he like the black ADAM22 or the black trap Lil Ross. So look, right? Y'all remember a couple, she made like a month ago. Remember a month ago, y'all, when I was talking about the boy for he interviewed the kids, the 15-year-old drill rappers. And I hit him. I played it for y'all. Like, damn, show us how you rocking. And he was like, well, shit, this how, they got money too. Y'all gotta remember Chief Keef and that was 15 too when people was putting cameras on him. I'm like, yeah, yo, that was a different time, yo. The internet was still developing. People ain't really know what they was doing back then. Right now, you know what you're doing. You know the consequence of this. So why would you put a camera in some 15-year-old drill rapper's face where they showing guns and shit? So his reply to me was, I mean, yo, they got money too. I said, okay. That's how you rocking. You feel me? You want to be a goofy? You want to be a clown? Do your thing. So it was brought to my attention that he did a vlog on fuck they call it, Trap City. Out Chicago. I think they beefing with the little Bloodhound dudes. And in this vlog, so when the vlog gets released, he told me it was the day after. I mean, it wasn't the same day. He told me he got killed the day before. But look at this shit that's in this vlog though, y'all. Look at this, y'all. Like, oh, these guys, y'all. There's no way, y'all, I put my name on this. So look, so what happened was I sent it to him. I sent them this clip. We're like, damn, sure, that's how you rocking? What the fuck is that? Hold on. Well, I know I got it because I sent it to him. So look, so he blocked me, y'all. Let me tell you what I said, shorty. It should still be on here. Here you go, right here. So this what I sent them. Y'all know me. I be on niggas' ass. I don't just be doing that shit on the internet. So this what I said to him. Man, videos out here getting niggas killed now, huh, man? Y'all niggas terrible, man. That shit fucked up, shorty. So this is what he replied back to me. He said, oh, you a goofy. He died before the video came out. So I said, nigga, no, you a goofy. And I sent them this. You see, he blocked me and shit. You can't even see his name up that motherfucker no more. Niggas be blocking niggas. Niggas be funny as shit. So I sent them this clip. Look at this clip, y'all. Yeah, right, Fly Guy. Look at this clip, y'all. This clip is disgusting. There's no way I'd have put this in my video. So if these little dudes, them little bloodhound dudes want to get on his ass, he better not be shot. Check this out.
Hey, this what he did. Hey, this what he did on the paper.
So that's the guys, Mike and Bloodhound, Lord Jeff Depp. They reenacting it. So even Shorty Man picked them up like, yo, you doing too much.
Hey, this what he did. Hey, this what he did on the paper.
Watch his man come. Look, we ain't giving them all that. So I sends this to y'all. I say, damn. I say, yo, that was funny, yo. Dang, can you see? Y'all can't. I can't make that shit bigger. So I said that was funny, huh? I said that was funny to you. I said that was funny to you, shaking my head. So he say this, laugh emoji. You be on my dick so bad, and then block me. Nah, nigga, call yourself with some motherfucking integrity, goofy ass nigga. Fuck around, these niggas is wild, man. But he young, so he probably young and stupid too. But he going up getting himself in a fucked up situation. For one, they mocking a man death, and you over that bitch laughing. What the fuck made you think that was funny? Now one of these little dudes end up dead. I don't know if it was the day before the video came out or after the video came out, but he gotta stand on it. This is what he told me, y'all. He told me he ain't pushing peace. Hold on, let me show you what he told me when I first had him. There's some wild ass niggas on that internet, y'all. So look, when I first hit him, this is what I said. Yo, what's up with that video? Why would you post a video interviewing kids, yo, with firearms and shit like that in that hand, bro? Like, yo, come on, my nigga, like, yo, what type of shit is that, though, bro? Like, real talk, yo, like, man to man, yo, like, what kind of shit is that?
Like them little boys look like they about 15, yo, 16 years old, my nigga.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
14, yo, you a grown ass man, yo, putting the camera in their feet, bro. Like, you don't think nothing wrong with that? Like, yo, you niggas, like, serious, yo, like, seriously, though, yo, like, is it really that serious, yo, when it come down to views, yo, that you willing to exploit children, my nigga?
Then I say this.
Yeah, like, yo, for real, we can have, like, a real conversation, yo, we can do it on live, we can do it on here. Yo, because I'm really trying to understand that mind frame, bro, like, they was kids, my nigga. Kids, bro. Like, are we trying to move away from this dumbass shit, my nigga? Like, you ain't tired of saying black youth dying? Or, you know, that shit don't really bother you. I know with me, yo, I operate, like, I'm from Baltimore, bro. Like, I've been saying, young niggas died my whole life, man. I think it's about time we move past that shit. I ain't saying you gotta change the content up or nothing, yo, but like children, bro, like I think that's a little bit different, bro.
Alright, so this is what he said to me, y'all. He said, I feel you, but they got music out and hella vlogs already. So who am I to tell them wait till they get older to come on my channel? They paying just like anybody else. And y'all gotta remember, Keith and Dirt and Duck, all of them was 14 to 16 when they started doing all the same shit, but social media wasn't as rampant as it is now. And I did cut hella shit out that was gonna lead to glorification. But I'm not a page for pushing peace. Just everyday hood life. Like, nigga, you ain't gotta push peace to have integrity. I ain't on this bitch pushing peace either, yo. But at the end of the day, yo, it's a certain image that I ain't gonna be presenting to the people. You feel me? Like, I don't know when it came out. I just thought whenever it came out, it was irresponsible. You feel me? Like, but a lot of these dudes, they don't care what they present on their platform. Long as they can make a couple dollars off of it, that's all the fuck that really matters to them. That's all that matters to them. Long as they can make a couple dollars, they don't care who get hurt. They don't care what the perception is. They don't care about none of that shit. They just try and make a buck. They just try and make a buck. Then a nigga blocked me. Because I'm like, damn, yo, you thought that was funny. That was really funny to you. Man, get the fuck out of it. Ain't nothing funny. They mocked that boy death, man. However he died. They mocked his death, yo. That ain't nothing to laugh and joke about. Even this man and Fly Guy said that's the one that got killed. Even this man was like, yo, get the fuck up. But what I tell y'all about these dudes, these young boys, man, you put a camera in their face, they're gonna go nuts. They ain't never had a camera on them. They ain't never had thousands of people watch them. They ain't never probably had 10 people watch them. You understand? So if you put a camera in their face, yo, they gonna do some of the wildest things. I just had a conversation with another content creator the other day, and that's what I was telling them. Like, yo, you got to keep in mind, yo, when you go into these neighborhoods, you go into these environments, that you're dealing with high-level ignorance. So at the end of the day, regardless of what they say, if they say, man, yo, put all that shit in there, man, you got to make the final decision. If it don't matter if it make them mad or not. Yo, because sometimes you got to think for people. And when you in these environments, yo, a lot of times you're going to have to think for people, yo. It been situations where shit could have got out of hand. You feel me? I'm strapped, though. This person don't know. But they geeking, acting real crazy. Whole time, I can do them real bad. I can do them dirty. But I'm like, ain't it worth it? I gotta be the person to use my brain because I see Shorty struggling to use his. But that may not get on his level. And that's the major problem in our community, yo. We'd rather get on the motherfucker level than to use our brain and use our common sense because maybe they going through something right now. You know, that's that pride shit. That's why so many of us is dying and going to prison at early ages because of pride. Because motherfuckers can't see through. Motherfuckers can't distinguish situations the right way. They can't, you know, and it hurts us. But when you're a blogger and you got a platform, you got a certain level of responsibility, yo, to make sure that you present that shit the right way. You know, because I wouldn't, like I would be upset, yo, if I put a camera in some young boy's face and the next day, as soon as my video drop, after my video drop, he dead. I feel some type of way about that. I feel like I played the role in that. But everybody different. But y'all, the other day, we was talking about Monk Tonk. Monk Tonk got sent to jail, y'all. Now I told y'all, yo, a lot of these guys in this YSL trial is going back to prison. It's inevitable. They took outrageous pleas. And Monk Tonk deal was a snitch plea. That's what you call a deal Monk Tonk had, a snitch plea. His whole deal, was revolved around implicating other people in crimes. There's no way he should have signed that deal. And if you was going to sign a deal, you better honor that bitch. But Monk Tonk decided to sign a deal and then come to court playing.
There is just not a proper regard for the judicial system and the seriousness with which an oath in court needs to be taken. I actually view this much more akin to perjury, frankly, than a technical violation. And the sentence for perjury is up to 10 years. I am going to revoke 5 years of Mr. Sledge's probation.
A key witness in Young Thug's RICO trial was taken back into custody after lying on the stand. Antonio Sledge, who's better known as Munk Tunk, violated the terms of his plea agreement while on the stand just last month. This resulted in a ruling from Judge Whitaker to revoke 5 years of his probation. Sledge, a former co-defendant in the case, took a plea deal in December of 2022, agreeing to testify truthfully on criminal activity involving Young Slime Life, or YSL. Court documents show that he had previously acknowledged that YSL was a group that allegedly committed crimes to increase their notoriety and street cred. But during his testimony several weeks ago, Sledge appeared to backtrack on those statements.
Mr. Sledge, are you a part of a gang called YSL?
YSL is not a gang.
I am asking you specifically, are you a part, or have you ever been a part of a gang called YSL?
Objection, asked and answered.
Overruled.
The attacks against Bob Casey are not true.
Bob Casey has voted repeatedly to secure the border,
Backing the toughest border bill in history. And Casey's new law cracks down on drug cartels.
It's Bob Casey we trust.
to keep us safe.
I feel good.
Hit that like button, y'all.
And I asked you, and told you YSL is not a gang.
Then if you could say yes or no.
All right, y'all, I missed something.
No.
I gotta go back.
Sledge, a former lying on the stand. Antonio Sledge, who's better known as Munk Tunk, violated the terms of his plea agreement while on the stand just last month. This resulted in a ruling from Judge Whitaker to revoke 5 years of his probation. Sledge, a former co-defendant in the case, took a plea deal in December of 2022, agreeing to testify truthfully on criminal activity involving Young Slime Life, or YSL. Court documents show that he had previously acknowledged that YSL was a group that allegedly committed crimes to increase their notoriety and street cred. But during his testimony several weeks ago, Sledge appeared to backtrack on those statements.
Mr. Sledge, are you a part of a gang called YSL?
YSL is not a gang.
I am asking you specifically, are you a part, or have you ever been a part of a gang called YSL?
Objection, asked and answered.
Overruled.
And I asked you, and told you YSL is not a gang.
No, I don't know
Then
what he
if you
was
could
thinking.
say yes or no.
No.
You see what she did?
Ever.
She put him in a trick bag. I need a definitive yes or no. Because in his deal, He said yes. So she did that. So she did that so he don't have wiggle room. You know, and they better snatch his motherfucking his plea from him. He took the bait.
Been a part of a gang called YSL.
I just said no.
Sledge was taken into immediate custody following the ruling, despite requesting time to get his affairs in order. Here's Judge Whittaker's take.
I don't view it as a technical violation or akin to a technical violation, considering the solemn oath that he took when he said that he understood every term within the plea agreement, factual acknowledgments, and sentencing acknowledgments, and understood and, in fact, orally answered that he understood when both asked by the prosecutor and the court at his plea hearing that a failure to abide by any of the terms would constitute a violation of the agreement, and he was notified that the entirety of his probation could be revoked. I do appreciate the fact that this particular violation is a non-violent violation. But I also appreciate the fact that some of the why this could have occurred include the fact that there is just not a proper regard for the judicial system and the seriousness with which an oath in court needs to be taken. I actually view this much more akin to perjury, frankly, than a technical violation. And the sentence for perjury is up to 10 years. I am going to revoke 5 years of Mr. Sledge's probation. And Mr. Sledge, I am sympathetic to the fact that you have generally stayed out of trouble, and I want to commend you for that. And I really hope that this revocation doesn't set you back. But we've got to take seriously the court system. So that's the sentence of the court. I find there to have been that violation, revoking 5 years.
And
will be continued on probation, Your Honor?
And reinstate the balance.
Thank you.
So, yo, the crazy thing about it is, my bad, I'm hungry as I know what. He got 22 years on probation after this. Yo, I don't know what y'all have never took them pleas. Yo, they was terrible, terrible plea deals. The only one got a good plea deal was Gunna. And Gunna ain't even deserve to be on the case. But he the only one got a good plea deal out of all them guys. On Funk took a terrible deal. Whatever, Montonk, they got some wild names. Montonk took a terrible deal. Slime Life Shorty is testifying next. And the reason they did this was to set the stage for everybody else. We don't want no games. You feel me? We let Woody play all the games in the world because to them his testimony was that important. But everybody else, nah. Nope. And if they go in there playing, everybody after him is going to face the same type of motherfucking repercussions. They all going to violate, and they all going straight to prison. Even the ones that's on the streets. So far, only one violated. But watch his years. Give him 5 years. Give him 3 years. Watch how many of them boys that took them pleas end up right back in prison. They're going to broadcast it on the news. Watch.
Is it possible for my client to turn himself in to make arrangements?
I think y'all knew when you came in here that this was a strong possibility. So, no, I'm sorry.
So how did we get here? Well, it all started with a motion prosecutors filed earlier this month, claiming Sledge knowingly and willfully contradicted key elements of the agreement during his recent testimony. The plea deal required him to acknowledge 16 factual statements about YSL, but during his testimony, he was uncooperative.
Yo. 16 factual statements. With 35 years on the back end. You took a plea for 16 factual statements, yo. That was a snitch plea. That's what Monk Tonk signed, yo. He signed a snitch plea. That ain't your typical plea deal. His plea deal ain't look like everybody else's. Ain't no way I'd have signed that fucking deal with 35 years over my head and 15 years on probation. Like, man, fuck that. I'd shit, just give me 5 years now. And I can come on to no probation. Straight up.
Cooperative, simply saying he didn't recall information about the 2015 murder of Donovan Thomas. And at one point during his testimony, things got heated. Here he is with prosecutor Adrian Love.
Was the lawyer for your friend, Mr. Kendrick, here in court with you on December 28th, 2022? You can answer first, and I will let you explain. But I need you to answer yes or no.
But could you stop yelling at me like I'm your child or something? I'm not your child.
You are not.
You talking aggressive to me. You don't intimidate me. All them guys over here. So if you would have came to me and asked me that, I'd have told you the same thing. What if they was in my face or not in my face? I'm not scared of them or you.
I don't want you to be.
Well, that's what you acting like. That's what you acting like you're trying to
So
fight.
do you want me to bring my voice down? And I apologize.
Don't
if it
holler
sounds
at me.
like
I
I'm
ain't
ill.
your child. Could I take a break? No.
Yeah, we've had so many breaks this
Yeah,
morning. We really need to get through this.
In an attempt to counter the state's motion, Sledge's attorney, Derek Wright, pointed to the plea deal and the claim that Sledge for sure knew associates of YSL were involved.
Look at all his initials. Antonio Sledge. Defendant, like, yo, look at these, look what he had to plead to, y'all. Defendant was told by another YSL associate that he immediately after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., YSL associates met at McDonald's. Like, you have to say yeah to all of this, yo. Fuck out of here, man. That was stupid.
In Thomas's murder. The defense argues this little tidbit was supposed to be removed, but it was mistakenly included when Sledge signed the agreement. Judge Whitaker, of course, reminded him that his client still lied under oath repeatedly.
From all the drafts, and then ends up back in.
That is true.
So.
But your response on your defendant's exhibit to what is then item number 4 does not definitively state anything like what you just said. He said he did not know, as we discussed at the time of the ongoing trial, could have been interpreted in several different ways. But I understand what you're saying.
And just so
you maintain that the two of you both missed the fact that you signed, or your client signed, a factual acknowledgement that included item number 8.
Correct.
And then when Ms. Love read it out orally in the court, and Mr. Sledge one by one said, yes, I acknowledge that somehow that didn't occur to you at that point in time either. So I understand what the assertion is. Here's the thing. You seem to be focused almost wholly, if not wholly, on, well, maybe there was a mistake with regard to factual assertion number 8. The issue that I see is that the state has not limited their petition to revoke probation to he contradicted or he refused to acknowledge during the trial that item number 8. It is the entirety of disavowing factual acknowledgments, etc. And what got disavowed under oath in this trial, what
Joe Biden is out of the running, but the Biden-Harris...
That boy lost his mind. Somebody should have gave him, advised him not to take that deal.
It was item number 3, item number 4, item number 5, item number 6, item number 7, item number 8, item number 9, item number 16, and then the part 5. sentencing acknowledgments, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and the paragraph underneath asserting that he's read and that they're true and that he understands that he's had an opportunity to discuss it and he voluntarily enters into it, et cetera, et cetera. So even if we entirely disregard item number 8 of the factual acknowledgments, there are still however many other ones that added up to that the state is still relying upon. And I don't see how you get around, and maybe you have a way to get around the rest of it, and I'm certainly willing to listen, but that one thing is sworn to in open court on December 28th of 2022, and then something diametrically opposite of that is sworn to under oath back on September 5th of this year.
Sledge told the judge that he felt pressured to take the plea deal due to personal circumstances and issues with finances.
Man,
he had 27 years, 7 months, and 8 days left on his probation prior to this ruling. So what exactly were the statements that Sledge agreed to? Let's go over some of the notable ones. Sledge agreed to testify that 1, YSL is an organization made up of 3 or more members who have committed crimes. 2, that he's been a member of YSL or an associate since 2012. 3, on January 10th, 2015, after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., Sledge and other YSL associates went to the home of Jeffrey Williams, who gave them money to lay low. You probably know him as Young Thug.
They froze my screen again, y'all.
Even though Sledge himself didn't commit the murders and wasn't even involved, he would not testify about the innocence of...
Like, look at that shit, though, y'all. Like, what was he thinking? Like, he should have took some time to look the documents over. Ain't no way, ain't no way he should have took that deal, yo. Like, I don't know what he was thinking. So you got 16 questions that you got. Maybe he ain't know. Maybe he ain't know. I don't know, but that's why, you gotta know you gotta know the laws, man. Know what you signing. You gotta know what you signing, because them people will trick you. I think Gunner was tricked. I'm the first person to say that, when Gunner was tricked, man. Gunner deal wasn't supposed to include all that other shit. They tricked him. The prosecution been playing dirty during the whole trial. But for to sign that deal, it's hard to feel bad for him, because why would you plead guilty to all these counts or all these facts of the case? Because that's what they are. Once the prosecution write them up, they become facts of the case. So once you signed these facts, you knew you was gonna have to stand on it. Like, they could have gave him that whole 35 years if they wanted to. She said she could have gave him 10. She really cut him a break. If that was Judge Glanville, he'd have probably got that whole 10. He'd have got 10, and then still came home with 12 years of fucking probation. So he ain't even, he gonna be dealing with this YSL case till he fucking 60. Damn near. I think Shorty already made 40s. Like, he older than Thug. He about my age. I think he older than me. He's still gonna be on probation, when he's 60, y'all. Man, that boy, wow.
the other co-defendants.
John Doe.
While we're talking about Sledge, let's recap the former co-defendants who took plea deals in the case. We'll start with those who've testified so far in this trial. There's Walter Murphy, an alleged co-founder of YSL, who pleaded guilty to a racketeering charge in exchange for his testimony. He testified back in April of this year on his involvement with YSL. Then there's Trontavious Stevens, also known as Tick or Slug. He took a plea deal and testified during the trial back in January. He wavered on the stand, not wanting to call YSL a criminal organization, but he admitted to committing crimes while part of the YSL music label. And now on to those we have not heard from. There's the rapper Gunna, known legally as Sergio Kitchens. He pleaded guilty back in December 2022 to a racketeering charge where he was sentenced to 5 years in prison, with 1 year commuted to time served and the remainder suspended. He never agreed to testify in this trial.
Yeah, you're right,
Quintavious Greer, who's actually Young Thug's brother, also is included. He pleaded guilty to charges of racketeering and theft by receiving stolen property.
He lied back up
In
too.
May of last year, he violated the terms of probation for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and is now serving 9 years and 6 months in prison. And finally, we have winning lead: Martinez Arnold, Antonio Sumlin, and DeAndre Beebe. They all pleaded guilty to racketeering and could be called to testify. We will continue to bring you the latest on all the twists.
Well, they saying Slime Life Shorty. He next on the stand. And that's one of Young Thug's artists. He next on the stand, supposedly. I wouldn't have took them, please, y'all. Yo, I know everybody be trying to get home. Yeah, but sometimes you gotta wait it out. Most times you gotta wait it out, yo. And that's the thing, yo. If you don't want to commit crime, yo, don't commit crime. But when you commit crime, yo, it's certain ways to handle things, yo. You can't always take the first thing that come at you. You know, no, it's like with any deal. You know, it's bargain, give or take. You feel me? Normally the first deal is gonna be a dummy deal. Yeah, we're gonna throw them out. Yo, my first deal, yo, they tried for me 50 years. Then they came out with 20. Like, man, fuck no. I take no 20 years. The fuck I look like. But that's how they operate. You know, they present it like a deal. You know, a deal is supposed to be a good thing. You get a deal on at the grocery market. You know, that's a time cut. That's half price. Yo, but every deal not a deal, yo. And what he decided, Monk Tonk, that was a snitch plea. That was a horrible deal. There's no way he should have signed it. But they leveraged the fact that you got a no bail and you want to do anything to get home. You know, desperation. Like he said, he probably had some things going on in the house, and he just said, man, shit. AS. Probably didn't read that bitch. Now his ass got 5 years and still got to come home to 22 years of probation. That boy lost his mind. Ain't no way in hell I'd have did that. Oh, he said, Shorty was signed to Dirk right here. He was signed to Dirk. This the one. I heard Dirk ain't fucking with him no more. But y'all, Diddy has been arrested now for a nice little minute. Peter Lord seeks to muzzle everyone in sex trafficking case. A nice little minute, right? And nobody has came out yet in defense of him. Not one fucking person. So Dame Dash, and it should be in my goddamn, should be in my history. But Dame Dash recently did a podcast and he calling him out. Kevin Hart.
I'm Robert Curie, and I approve this message.
Liberal extremists sympathizing with Hamas, proposing a 47%.
Between us and Rockefeller, he always never said, and he acknowledged it, and we, to my understanding, and what I could personally tell you is that's not true in this moment, and that it really does affect his family. So, like, I personally know that it doesn't make the family feel good at all. So if you could stop doing that, you know, or anyone pushing that narrative, maybe your intent was because you heard it, but just make sure you know the facts. And, you know, recently, one of my friends, and I call him a friend, a brother, Big Chuck.
They always pause or something.
You know, he hit me.
Oh, that.
And said that he'd heard that Clark wasn't doing so well. That he may be in hospice. And you know, Big Chuck is.
I'm trying to get what he said about Diddy.
I if it wasn't for Clark, he introduced me to Ski. You know what I'm saying? I see him right after this. You know, but I do want people to understand that he is the essence of hip hop, and he should be celebrated. And then when I see someone that is a good person from the, you know, like Hart, like we all got our shit with it. This is why I say it's so important that no matter how much money you got, your health is everything. And because, let me just take a break because blood sugar will get really too high again. So I'm not gonna go too ham.
Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find a certain part.
I tell them why would this be better than Mike and Ike's, like a natural.
Okay, well, it doesn't have.
How good your life is. And she's invited to do to anything. And other than that being compromised, everything else is
Who you talking about, Brittany?
a bill. What people say about you.
Dame Dash?
Your credit. Anything that can be fixed is nothing but a challenge. But if no matter how much money you have, you can't get out of jail or you can't get out of bed and it's beyond your control, now that's a real problem. And sometimes it takes going.
Hey, Rob, that's a big thing in Atlanta.
To appreciate how good your life
I did a video called Atlanta is the home of the probation plea. Gotta check it out.
So what I do, and this is part of my model, is every day I look at what I have, and then I look at what other people have that I know, and then I'm like,
okay.
Relatively speaking,
okay, I got you.
I'm healthy, I'm free, I'm around the woman that I love every single day, all day long.
Hey, yo. Dame Dash said that's why he was kicked out the industry. Dame Dash wasn't going for that shit. But that goes into what I always be saying. It's like, yo, everybody don't play. So it's like, yo, if you're willing to play that game, can you then call yourself a victim? My bad, y'all, I'm eating. Can you really call yourself a victim? Because you can walk away, y'all. You might take a hit on the pockets. You might take a hit. Yo, but you leave sane. You understand? You leave still and feeling good about yourself. And that's what Dame Dash always talks about. You know, he not where Jay-Z is now, but look like he living nice to me. Got a big house. He ain't had to sell his soul to do it. I think you can sleep much better at night, yo, that way, as opposed to playing the game.
We eat good, and our quality of living has not been compromised. I'm gravy. And I have a guilty-free conscience. Like, I know what I've done. I don't care what people say I've done. I know exactly what I've done in every situation, and I've been proud of myself every time. Especially this time. So some people say, like, yo, you live too tough. You know, that's why you have less compassion for people's problems. And I'm like, nah, I've had some real problems.
Hey, Flam Dumpy, call me on Instagram. Let's talk.
When I was a teenager.
Let's talk to you.
I was 15.
Hit me on Instagram.
His father is 70-something.
We can redirect.
His mother is still alive. I'm like, yo, what does that even look like to have your mom till you're 70? Or not have to have, like, go through, you haven't had to lose your mother. Like, that's a gift. That's wealth. You know, I lost my girl. The first girl I ever loved, which was what showed me exactly what love was. Without that pain of losing Aaliyah, I probably would have never recognized or appreciated having another chance at love. And that's the reason why, because of my PTSD, I don't let Rocky really, I always make sure we're doing things together. And that every business that I build, we build together. and that I cherish every second that we are healthy. That I celebrate. You could ask her. When we go to the supermarket, like I've started to go to the supermarket again because I could. And I could do it with my son and my girl. Like that shit is the illest.
Hey, two buddies, it is game time. Out of these two
Yo, he
thumbnails,
basically just
one
talking
of them
about
scored
peace,
40%
man.
more
The boy,
clicks than the other. Can you?
and that's the shit I be talking about. Like I would much rather be Dame Dash than Diddy. You feel me? Diddy got all the accolades, he got all the money, he can do anything in the world. But yo, look at some of the things that he may have had to do and go through to get there. I'd rather be Dame Dash. I don't need 20 million. I don't need 150 million. I'll take 3. You feel me? I can do anything I want with this 3 million. And I think that's what Dame, I think especially when he see what's going on with the industry right now and how shit is, he probably like, man, I dodged a bullet. He probably was angry up until now. Dame Dash probably was literally angry up until now. And now he really sitting back thinking like, dang, yo, I'm happy it played out like this.
To me. You know, just when I compare myself to people that can't, that's when it's the illest. So instead of comparing yourself to people that can or have more than you, maybe compare yourself to people that don't have more than you. And then you'll realize how lucky you are. And don't wait for something tragic to happen to celebrate the people that you love. To know how good your life really is. So I'm not going to wait for something bad to happen for me to be like, oh shit, I have a great life. I can go, I had all of that and I walked away from it. I don't have, and I'm going to say this over and over again, but when I'm with my child and my girl together, there's nothing better than that. I'm sad every time I have to leave them for anything. We both go to pick up baby Dusko because we miss him. By the time we drop him off from school, it feels like a long time. Like, yo, I'm not used to not being around them. This is the life I want. If you can provide an environment for people that you love and be around them when they're all happy, whether they're happy or not, but just be around them as a lifestyle, then you've developed a kingdom. That's what a kingdom is, in your own castle. And if you can have land, now you have land in your, it just expands the world that you control. And you can keep nothing but love in that world. You can actually make it when whatever's going on outside of your bubble, you don't even feel it. That's how it was with us with the pandemic. We were in a gated community, and it would just meant that no one was on. You just start to go through all these different scenarios of like Khan, who's another person that should stop, like Kevin Hart, for example, who's another person that I look at like he was on Rockefeller Films, right? Like I discovered Kev, and so what happened with Kevin and I was we kept up with each other, like up till he was in NYC. He was doing a show at the New York, what was that, right? NYU. And I went to go see him. At the time he was with Tory, he still had his family with him, and he was getting into bigger venues. And, we got pictures of how to find him. And then the next time it was the Garden, and I didn't get the call.
That's fucked up.
We just stopped being cool.
That's fucked up, Kev.
All of a sudden, the minute he got to a certain level, he stopped calling.
That's fucked up.
And that's happened
with
people where once they get, and then all of a sudden there's a whole new set of friends. And now I see him over there. I didn't know all this, but I see him over there. They got the tapes of him at the party with the mic, and when people ask him questions, he's real serious. And I'm like, damn, what the fuck is going on? Kev was over there too. And now, if I could ask him, I'd be like, yo, what the fuck you was doing over there? Like, because I've known these people for 20, 30 years. So I could, we talk like that. So it wouldn't be like an uncomfortable conversation. You're a comedian. I'd be like, yo, you had the baby or you was next to the bed. Like, you got to tell me so. And why are you being so quiet about it? You know what I'm saying? But again, it all makes sense. It'd be like, well, how come all of a sudden it was just all of a sudden we're friends. So what it leads me to believe is if you're going to be friends with those people, they make you choose a side.
Yo, that's what it sounds like.
There's a lot.
That's what it sounds like. And I was thinking that when he said it. Like, yo, that's a wild dynamic, yo. I wouldn't want no part of it. No part of it, man. You can keep that shit over there. Like, way over there. I don't even want to see it. You feel me? But it seems like that if his relationship with Kevin Hart is how he explained it. He did discover Kevin Hart. Fly Guy just spoke about it. Paper Soldiers. That was his first movie. Dame Dash direct. That was his movie. And he said as soon as he blew up, everything changed. He stopped hanging with people. He dumped his wife. Like, yo, see, that's what I'm saying. Yo, that's why the suicide rate among the rich is so high, yo. Yo, these people pay you to be somebody else. They pay you to be somebody else, man. Like, yo, that's crazy to me. You can't pay me to be nobody but me, man. I don't give a fuck how much money it is, yo.
I'm like, damn, I gotta do, like, literally my instincts were right. I really have to do everything on my own.
Yes, we're straight up on.
Why do you think that happens though?
Kimmy.
Because they reach that level of success, or is it like the pressure of the industry? Why people change up like that?
Well, the thing is, like I was saying about people that I'm still cool with, or people that actually don't change. And when we first got into the business, we were conscious that they were weird shit. And that's why we'd be like, yo, we're not hanging out with nobody just because they're famous. You know what I mean? Like, that was my thing. Like, just because you're famous, that doesn't mean we hanging out. It's almost corny to me to hang out with someone just because they're famous. I think it's cooler to be with normal, cool people because they're talented and because they're going to create new stuff, not because someone's exploited something old. And that's why you see my peer circle is a certain kind of, like, it's usually before they get great. And that's why I know them like that. But, some people, again.
No one can build a stronger country for us. So I stepped up after 9/11. Today I'm fighting price gouging corporations to lower costs and protect Western PA jobs. Because a stronger country starts right here. These may look like dentures or partial.
Yeah, I fuck with Dame Dash, y'all. Dame Dash he need to be on $1 million worth of game. Cause he done seen the industry, yo, inside and out.
I'm at an independent level. I'm not really trying to be in that circle. Once you get there, you'll understand that it's corny and that there's some compromise that you have to do to be there. So I just chose, like, I don't want to be there. I'll do it independent. But people that have never experienced it, once they get offered it, they have to experience it one time. And it's like an addiction. Once you get a little taste of it, sometimes you become an addict.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And what I find is the biggest groupies are literally the famous people. The most famous people are so impressed with other famous people. Why do you think famous people are so happy when they're in a room with other famous people?
That's
They
crazy.
just love being famous. Like, some people love being talented, but I find that some people really love being famous. Like, you have to if you go to every single party. If you're on every red carpet, every award show, every fucking podcast.
I think it's validation. People like to feel validated. And it could be like, I don't know, yo, like, you don't have to be in them circles to feel important. Everybody's important in their own right anyway. Like, yo, I never view a person because of financial status. Like, I was always taught, you treat the janitor the same way you treat the CEO. Like, it ain't no difference with me. Respect is respect. It's given and it's got. You understand what I'm saying? So what it sounds like he's talking about is a lot of these dudes They get money just to be in them circles. And it's almost like a dang, y'all always forget words when I'm trying to think about them online. I think about it, yo. I'll get to the word. Yeah.
Every time there's a camera, if you're there at every football game, every basketball game, that means you don't love your privacy. But I'm a person that I love to leverage my celebrity.
Insecure, man. It's like they got some insecurities, you know, because why do you have to be around other rich people to feel validated? Like a lot of these people aren't comfortable in their own skin, but that could go into what I was saying about how they pay you to be somebody else. You know, I guess when you're being paid to be somebody else, you're not going to be comfortable who you are. You understand? It's like, why me not good enough? Why do I got to be this person? Similar to what they do in the music industry when they got Thug wearing the dress, or this person with fingernail polish. And it's like, yo, why do I got to do this? Or they tell you, you know, we love your music, yo, but you'll look great rock star style. You know, tighten your jeans up. You know, wear see-through shirts. It's like, man, fuck no, that ain't me. But you got people constantly in your ear telling you that this is a better image. But what is it really about, though, yo? Like, is it about imagery or originality? I'd rather be me and original than present an image to the world that's not me. You understand? Get a world of fake perception of who I am. And they're going to judge me off this fake perception. Meanwhile, I'm somebody different. Similar to what people say about Master P. You know, Romeo said it. Like, yo, this guy that y'all see on the internet, this ain't the same guy in real life. You know, real life, he totally different. I think you'd be much happier just being who you are. You know. And we living in a time right now, yo, where shit, they'll pay you to be somebody else. Look at Perky, yo. Yeah, man, you had Perky, yo. You had, what was the other guy's name, y'all, that was pretending to be somebody else? It's like, yo, that's corny as hell. Like, you really getting paid to be him? But you ain't him. Be you, man.
So I can create a better environment for my privacy.
Oh, yeah, fake Drake.
You know, that's just how I see things. So I just think also to get to that level of people that are addicted to that,
It says see-through shirts.
Compromised in some way for you to get in that club because they got compromised to get in that club. That's all they know. So, you know, I just feel like once you get in that club,
for real.
Whoever, because what you got to remember is I was there. You know, I was offered these opportunities to sell my culture out, but I just told them no. It was offered to me, so I made paid in full with Harvey Weinstein and Bob Weinstein 10 years before anyone was thinking about the music business, and they just rubbed me the wrong way. So I wasn't going to be the guy to bring nobody no girls. I wasn't going to be the guy to make money off of the demise of my culture in a corny way so that they could make money. I wasn't going to be a part of any of the freak-off shit, and I don't want to call it that because it seemed whatever they were doing that got homie jammed up. I just didn't want to be a part of any part of elements of that at all, and I chose to do it on my own years ago. And when you say no to people, they don't like it. And then they tell all their friends in every other industry, yo, he's going to tell you no. So you don't work with him.
That's how motherfuckers get blackballed.
I thought it was just in the music business. It is in every business.
Look what they did to Monique.
And that's cool. I don't want the devil's money. I don't want to make the devil no money. I don't want to hang out with the devil to get money. And that's not a race. That's a mentality of people that want to exploit creators and cheat to get where they got to go and do things that are considered weird.
That's real.
That ties into like what Stephen Baldwin said about you. Like, how do you feel about what he said recently about you about that you all about your family, you created your own business.
Yeah, that's real, man. I wanted to play that part. I ain't even know he got that deep. But that's real, man. That's real, yo. Like, and I think that's a problem in the industry, yo. They change people and they make you feel like you gotta be this other person because, like my man Fly Guy say, that's what sells. It's like, yo, why I can't sell me? Why I gotta sell this fictitious person that y'all want me to create? I should be able to sell me. I got this far being me. Why do I gotta change now? You know? What you gotta change now for? Yeah, but let's switch to Diddy, yo. I know we gotta talk about Diddy every night, man. So Diddy got new lawsuits, y'all. I haven't covered all of them. I think I covered like 3 or 2, but I think it's 6 altogether. I think Law and Crime gonna cover them.
Another week and another handful of civil suits filed against P. Diddy. This time with perhaps the most shocking allegation we've heard so far, that Diddy apparently sexually assaulted a 13-year-old girl after the VMAs. Her lawsuit says Diddy came at her with a crazed look in his eyes before raping her alongside an unnamed celebrity. But that's not the only new civil suit Diddy's facing. There are 4 others with equally as disturbing allegations, and we're breaking down all 14 shocking new revelations. The lawsuits against P. Diddy are starting to stack up with a handful of new civil suits filed just this week. Houston-based attorney Tony Busby warned us this would happen, saying over the next few weeks he plans to file 120 lawsuits against Diddy. We've already seen a slew of suits with shocking allegations, all echoing the disturbing pattern even the feds accuse him of. Forcing his victims to take laced drugs or spiking their alcoholic drinks, sexually assaulting these victims or forcing them to sexually assault others, and later recording all of these assaults.
Yo, that lawsuit that we read last night, that shit sound like a fucking action-packed movie. Yo, if y'all didn't see that live we did last night on that lawsuit that Diddy posed the girl with the remote, y'all gotta watch that live. Yo, that live was crazy. Like, yo, that whole ordeal sound like a Steven Seagal movie or something. Like, it was wild. It was wild. So I can just imagine how wild the rest of these lawsuits is. Now, Diddy's situation is not like Abercrombie and Fitch. That was different.
Blackmail against victims to keep them quiet. This all came to a head last month when Diddy was arrested in New York and federally charged with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, coercion, and...
Hey, yo, I don't want to laugh at it, yo, because I don't know if that was real or not. Yo, but that shit sounded wild, yo. Like, yo, she thought she stabbed her with a knife. She ran 5 city blocks. They chased her down. Gunshots went off. The neighbor kept coming out and going back in. Police, man, y'all gotta check that out. I don't know how many other people did videos on it. Yo, but that was a wild series of events. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Remember, we go live every day at 11 p.m. Eastern Time.
Transportation to engage in prostitution. The federal indictment focuses on what Diddy referred to as freak-offs, described as elaborate sex performances during which Diddy would masturbate and record. This is also where those 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube come in, as Diddy's associates were apparently required to provide items such as these for a successful freak-off.
No, Risky, not even that one. No, Risky.
All state that Diddy's scheme.
No, Risky, I ain't talking about that one. I ain't talking about the one with the father. I'm talking about the other one. Nikki was there. I'm talking about it was another one, y'all, where Diddy posed and did something to this girl with a remote. But how it all played out was wild. Like, I can't even repeat it, y'all. It was like a movie. It was like a movie, y'all. She went to 2 different police stations. Nobody had no recollection of anything that happened. Man, it was crazy. It was crazy. When that last night, y'all, was that the night before last? I can't remember when it was.
Was facilitated by his associates. They were allegedly required to schedule these freak-offs, procure
Diddy.
sex workers, transport victims or sex workers across state lines, and sometimes even internationally.
That was
There are more
last night.
allegations-
Okay.
Under Border Czar Kamala's watch, over 15,000 accused foreign murderers, 20,000 rapists, even terrorists around
Hey,
America.
Brittany,
Like Nasir Tariq.
that's what I think going on, Brittany. That's honestly what I think going on, yo. I think somebody in Hollywood has a elaborate trafficking organization, and the industry uses these people. That's what it sounds like. Now I don't know how they get these people, because you'd have thought if this shit been running for this long, yo, you'd have thought that they'd have broke it up by now. So I don't know how this is transpiring. I don't know if parents are giving them these children, and I don't know if you buy into it. I don't know if it's a family that produces them. I don't know. But what it sounds like, for a lot of even Diddy lawsuits, these sound like sex workers, young and old. And they particularly deal with the industry. That's what it sounds like. But now they're all trying to say claim victim. But how do you just, if they are victims, where's the person that's trafficking them? It's like they just locking up the buyers. Like, where are the sellers? Why aren't sellers getting arrested? It's just buyers. Have y'all noticed that? When are they going to start locking up the sellers? That's what they need to grab. That's what I'm saying, family. That's what I'm saying. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. If this is organic and they really trying to break this up, you gotta grab the sellers, not just the buyers.
Hey everyone, big heads up. Paleo Valley's running a sale on all their meat sticks right now. You can get 30 sticks for $36.
Too, like how Diddy's chief of staff, Christina Coram, made associates wear a fanny pack at all times, stuffed with drugs just in case Diddy wanted some.
Georgia
That's
Brown
things
went
like
off on what's
cocaine,
calling of it.
GHB, ecstasy, marijuana, or even pills. These drugs, specifically GHB, will play a major role in these new civil lawsuits. So the feds and dozens of survivors all say Diddy's alleged sex trafficking scheme wasn't a solo effort. He had some assistance from all sorts of people, from those he worked with to other celebrities. This is something we've heard rumblings about for weeks, that some A-list celebs could be seen on incriminating videos showing their participation in these so-called freak-offs. And we've been told by the very attorney filing these suits that the names will shock us. While some celebrities are mentioned in this new wave of lawsuits, the ones
I know what Diddy did. I know why they coming after Diddy.
Are referred to as Celebrity A or Professional Athlete A.
I'm not talking about
one-on-one interview.
See, I'm not talking about why they coming after Diddy. I'm talking about how all these lawsuits sound like sex workers, men and women, young and old. But who is at the head of this? Why are they just locking up? If everything is true, I'm just saying hypothetically, if everything is true, why are they just locking up the buyers and not the sellers? Like in order to thwart the whole program, you gotta get the sellers, not just the buyers. So it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. Right. That's what I'm saying. Right. Exactly.
Tony Busby told me he plans to name drop some major celebrity names in the coming lawsuits, but first wants to make sure all the allegations are corroborated. Even without these celebrity names, the new allegations against Diddy are still startling and incredibly disturbing. Okay, I know you're multitasking when you're watching our videos, but if you're out running errands, listen up. I have to tell you nothing to stop it. Some participated in it. Combs has been allowed for years to conduct himself in this manner without any consequences.
Yesterday.
He believes he's above the law. And using intimidation. This dates back to 2000, when she was just 13. her name and signed the form but did not receive a copy. Events were legendary events known for their exclusivity, extravagance, and celebrity guest list. These high-profile parties attracted A-list celebrities from across the entertainment, fashion, and business worlds. The events were lavishly decorated, featured live music performances, and boasted top-tier food and beverages. The atmosphere at these parties was one of opulence and luxury, often making headlines for their celebrity guest lists, over-the-top entertainment, and the stunning aesthetics of the event. Many unsuspecting individuals were recruited to attend these parties. Some individuals were recruited in various cities and were paid to fly in and to attend these functions. Jane Doe attended one such party when she and two of her friends visited Las Vegas in 2014. The group was staying at Hotel Rio. While there, Jane Doe reached out to other people she'd met in the entertainment industry to see if there were any cool events taking place. She reached out to someone only identified as International Smooth, someone she'd met at a party in Miami just
hold up, y'all.
This is
a new lawsuit right here.
Based on his Instagram stories, Jane Doe knew he was in Las Vegas and soon discovered he worked as a party promoter. After that, he invited her to an exclusive party.
See, but this the thing, yo. Why are they protecting everybody else's name? See, this is the thing I don't understand with the Diddy situation. In that indictment we just read, Abercrombie and Fitch, they named everybody. It was 3 people. They named them all. But with Diddy situations, they only naming Diddy. Everybody else is John Doe, Jane Doe, Mr. International, whatever. Shane or whatever the person's name was. But everybody but Diddy name is the only one being used, the only real name being used. That's what makes these lawsuits with Diddy strange. That's why I don't trust them. Because you're not naming nobody else. Like if you're trying to get everything, if you want to wipe the slate clean, why you ain't mentioning everybody? If these things really happen, if they really happen, mention everybody. What the fuck? They can't do nothing to you. You was there. You was there. You know you was there. I got proof you was there. You can't sue me for that. Unless they making it all up. All right, we gotta start this. Cause we ain't heard this lawsuit yet, y'all.
On Memorial Day weekend in 2014 now, but says she met up with Diddy. Can be said for another Jane Doe who says she was assaulted by Diddy in Las Vegas in 2014. This Jane Doe lives in Alabama now, but says she met up with Diddy at a party on Memorial Day weekend in 2014. Describing the setting, Jane Doe says Diddy's infamous Las Vegas parties were legendary events known for their exclusivity, extravagance, and celebrity guest list. These high-profile parties attracted A-list celebrities from across the entertainment, fashion, and business worlds. The events were lavishly decorated, featured live music performances, and boasted top-tier food and beverages. The atmosphere at these parties was one of opulence and luxury, often making headlines for their celebrity guest lists, over-the-top entertainment, and the stunning aesthetics of the event. Many unsuspecting individuals were recruited to attend these parties. Some individuals were recruited in various cities and were paid to fly in and to attend these functions. Jane Doe
this is the thing. Who's recruiting? That's what I want to know, yo. That's what we if they want to end this shit, who is recruiting? You always hear that. We was recruited. Who's doing this? Who is doing all the recruiting to get these girls, guys, kids, adults into these parties around these people? Who's doing it? I ain't never been recruited. I'm sure most of y'all ain't never been. Probably none of y'all never been recruited. So what they got a pool they choosing from? Like is it a small segment? Like yo, we need to know what's really going on. Because yo, if y'all look at that Abercrombie lawsuit, man, that shit was disgusting, man. Man, what that guy was doing to them people, man, that was disgusting, man. And if there's an underworld that's operating like this, where's the recruiters? Where's the pimps? Who is producing these people to these people. Fuck locking up Diddy. We want to know who the fuck Diddy is dealing with, who he's getting these girls from. That's the real question, I think, that need to be answered.
Attended one such party when she and two of her friends visited Las Vegas in 2014. The group was staying at Hotel Room.
Straight up.
While there, Jane Doe reached out to other people she'd met in the entertainment industry to see if there were any cool events taking place. She reached out to someone only identified as International Smooth, someone she'd met at a party in Miami just a few years prior. Based on his Instagram stories, Jane Doe knew he was in Las Vegas and soon discovered he worked as a party promoter. After that, he invited her to an exclusive party at a popular poolside lounge called Club Rehab. The only catch was that Jane Doe had to go to the party alone, meaning her two friends couldn't join. After what the lawsuit calls...
You see what I'm talking about, y'all? This is the shit I'm talking about, y'all. You gotta go, yo, how many women, females is watching this, meet a guy that you only know is International Smooth, and he tell you, look, I'm gonna invite you to this party, right? You can only go by yourself. How many of y'all gonna go? For real. How many guys gonna go? Hey, yo, if I'm in a girl and she tell me, yeah, you know, I promote parties. It's gonna be this exclusive event. Yeah, but you can't bring nobody. Like that's the caveat. Like she says that to me, I'm automatically thinking set up. I ain't going. Or shit, it's somebody coming. All right, I ain't gonna bring nobody. We gonna come 5 deep in that bitch. What's up? You understand? See, yo, that's what I be meaning, yo. Like all of these people sound like fucking sex workers, man. They all sound like sex workers. And how can you a sex worker and a victim? That's the shit with Diddy case that don't sound right. Like, why would you have to assault a sex worker? Now, what's probably happening is they're getting paid handsomely to do some wild things. Some wild things. Y'all heard some of the wild things in the Abercrombie and Fitch indictment. If you ain't see that video, real discretion advised. Check it out. So it's the last upload I did. But if that's the case, if you still willing to do those things, you can't say you're a victim. You came to play. You knew these guys freaky as a motherfucker. You know how they like it. That's all I'm saying. You know how they like it. You know them motherfuckers weird as shit. They want to see what that money gonna do. You feel me? They want it, my bad, y'all. They want to see what that money gonna do. I got 5,000. All right, she did that for 5, or he did that for 5. Let me throw him 10. Let me see what they do for 10. Oh, damn, I got him to do that for 10. Shit, I got 20. Let me see what they gonna do. But if you rocking like that, you can't come back and say I was victimized. I don't know, you party.
Some awkwardness, Jane Doe relented and headed to the party solo. While at the party, Jane Doe met many celebrities, including Mary J. Blige, Lil Kim, and Nicki Minaj. She saw more that she did not.
Hey, I'm glad you said that. 444. I've been meaning to pull that up.
Many of these celebrities and posted them to her private Instagram page.
Keep forgetting.
She also met Diddy, who said he hoped she was having fun at the party. Eventually, the party at Club Rehab died down, and Plaintiff was invited by Smooth to attend an after party at Combs' suite at the Planet Hollywood Hotel.
1.5 billion.
While there, Plaintiff spoke to Combs again, and he directed her to a bar area with tens of dozens of open bottles of his Ciroc branded vodka. Combs directed Plaintiff to grab.
Robert Cherry would give corporations a tax handout while ripping off middle-class families.
Yo, but this is what I'm trying to tell you, yo. That's part of the play. They paying them girls to do that. And guys, yo, when you play with Diddy, you're going to play dirty. They getting paid. They know what they in there for.
It's due to your dog.
I invited the man.
Who allows people to throw baby oil on them? Like, yo, that's a willing participant, bro. That's a willing participant. Someone slap the shit out you throw some baby oil on me in my fresh clothes. I come in this bitch fresh. Now you threw oil all over me. Hell no, that's a willing participant, bro. That's the game. That's the game. Yo, we gonna spike the baby oil and we gonna throw it on everybody and we just gonna have the time of our life. That's the game. That sounds like a game to me. A fucked up, freaky ass game. But it sounds like that could be a game. You know, people play wild games on a dark night. You feel me? That sounds like that could be a game, yo. It really did. And everybody knew.
My dogs, Dr. Marty Gold's
A bottle and
Pretty funny as shit.
Plaintiff also took videos of Combs at the party and posted them to her Instagram. Jane Doe's lawsuit actually includes screenshots from these videos.
Exactly,
You
OG
can
wise.
clearly see Diddy
That's what I
front
believe.
and center. After all this, Diddy encouraged Jane Doe to take a few sips of what she thought was vodka from an open Ciroc bottle. She only had 1 or 2 drinks, but about 40 minutes later, Jane Doe started to feel nauseated and dizzy. She even began to lose control of her motor functions. So Jane Doe found Smooth and told him she wasn't feeling well, so she planned to leave. Instead, he pointed her in the direction of an empty bedroom and told her to lie down. He said Jane Doe would be left alone and the door.
It's the second one, y'all. This the same thing the 13-year-old did. Yo, who goes to sleep in other people's houses drunk? So you came to the party by yourself. By yourself. Got drunk. Whatever something was in the bottle. You find Smooth. Smooth said, yeah, you can go in that bedroom right there. And that's where you went? You went to the bedroom. No, I'm good. I'm going to my car. No, I'm gonna call my homegirl, call my homeboy, call my mother, call my father. No, I'm gonna get somebody to come pick me up. You go to the bedroom. Come on, y'all. Yo, we gotta be smarter than that, yo. This sounds like another sex worker. This sounds like another sex worker. That was paid for play. You heard me. Hit that like button, man. Tap the screen twice for me one time, y'all. Bang, bang. We should get to 100 subscribe, 100
or would be locked. The next thing Jane Doe recalls is waking up the following morning, feeling very groggy and sore. Her entire body hurt, and it felt difficult to move. As soon as she awoke, she saw Combs in the corner of the room, shirtless and yelling loudly and with animation at someone over the phone. He was the only person in the room with her, and it was clear that someone else had been in bed with her.
Yo, what the fuck? So she drugged. See, but this is the thing. This is the thing, though, fam. This is the thing about the drug thing. Everybody is drugged, but everybody remembers Diddy. Everybody is drugged, but everybody remembers Diddy. That don't sound right to me, y'all. It don't, yo. Yo, one time, yo, I was drinking at work, right? And I don't know what the fuck happened, yo. I don't know if motherfucker put something in my drink. I don't know what happened. You feel me? And I still don't know what happened. I was drunk at work. All right, so I was working at this spot out Hanover, Maryland, right? We worked overnight, but it was the blizzard of 2012. For people in Baltimore, y'all remember this blizzard? It was crazy. So that night we was working. Found out the storm was going to be bad. They told us we can go home. So before we went home, we hit the bar. Man, we pulling up cups. We drunk as a bitch. Now, mind you, I was a drinker, heavy drinker, since a 15-year-old, young dude. You feel me? I'm about 27 now. No, I ain't that old. I'm about 24, 25. I'm just coming home. So my tolerance ain't what it was, but shit, you know, I'm still drinking like a champ. Fuck my body up. It's a whole nother story. But after we drank, all I remember is, y'all ready to go, y'all? I'm driving my mother car. I said, I'm just coming home. Next thing you know, I wakes up, right? The police, like, yo, the fuck is you doing? I'm like, what you talking about? Mind you, it's snowing. I'm like, what you talking about? He's like, man, you're fucking riding on the fucking rim. I don't remember crashing. That's all I remember from that night. That's it and that's all. But so I don't know what happened. I think somebody put something in my liquor, if you want to be honest. Because I've been drinking a long time. Like, I ain't never drunk to the point I don't remember shit. But with Diddy's situation, everybody remembers Diddy. Everybody. You don't remember nothing else, but you remember Diddy. And I said that to say, yo, in those type of situations, yo, you don't remember shit. I can't recollect nothing else. These people be having fine memories of being odd. What Diddy did, what he said. Like, yo, that's not how that shit worked, yo, for people that ever overdid it. You don't be remembering shit like that.
In the room with her, and it was clear that someone else had been in bed with her. Out of fear and confusion, plaintiff remained silent and still until Combs left the room and she heard the front door to the suite close. When Jane Doe got up, she realized she was naked and she was extremely sore in her genital area.
We gotta go back.
To move. As soon as she only had one bedroom and told her to lie down.
Here we go.
He said Jane Doe would be left alone and the door would be locked. The next thing Jane Doe recalls is waking up the following morning, feeling very groggy and sore. Her entire body hurt, and it felt difficult to move. As soon as she awoke, she saw Combs in the corner of the room, shirtless and yelling loudly and with animation at someone over the phone. He was the only person in the room with her, and it was clear that someone else had been in bed with her. Out of fear and confusion, plaintiff remained silent and still until Combs...
He was the only one in the room with her, but it was clear that somebody else had been in the bed with her. How was it clear? Like, can you elaborate? What made it clear that somebody else was in the bed with you when you only person you saying was Diddy? He just happened to be in the same room as you. Yo, we talking about mansions, y'all, with multiple rooms. We talking about huge parties, y'all. You know how them, well, I don't know if y'all know, but they be having mansion parties. There's multiple rooms. Diddy just always managed to end up in their room. Unless he just going room to room to room. Like, it's just a girl sleeping drunk in every room, and he just hitting every single one on one by one. Yo, these lawsuits don't make sense to me, y'all. It don't make sense.
Combs left the room, and she heard the front door to the suite close. When Jane Doe got up, she realized she was naked, and she was extremely sore in her genital area. At that point, she realized she'd been raped by Diddy. Jane Doe left the room and went back to Hotel Rio, where her friends were staying. She slept for the next 2 days, only remembering vague glimpses of her friends trying to wake her up and offer her water. Afterwards, her friends told her that they did their best to take care of her during this time, but she was largely incoherent. Jane Doe says since 2014, not a day has gone by that she didn't think of this incident. Jane Doe believes she was drugged with some spiked Ciroc vodka, while John Doe says he was sexually assaulted at a party promoting Ciroc. This party apparently happened in Los Angeles in or around 2022. It was hosted by Ciroc and Diddy, who owned some stake in the company and was a celebrity spokesperson for the drink. Prior to this party, John Doe had a long-standing relationship with Diddy. John Doe is a businessman in LA whose company specializes in renting luxury cars and jewelry. In the past, John Doe had rented cars or jewelry to Diddy and members of his entourage. John Doe showed up at this party after Diddy himself personally extended an invitation. John Doe agreed based on his past relationship with Diddy. At the party, John Doe noticed some pretty high-profile celebrities in both the entertainment and music industry. His lawsuit includes some pics of this, with Diddy on the couch discussing his Ciroc business with other high-profile people. The lawsuit goes on to say,
we fight for the future where we lower the cost of living for America's families.
Bringing down grocery prices, capping unfair rent increases, making sure billionaires pay their...
It's like every damn ad is political. Every ad. God damn. Hope they put them bitches on my videos, and hope they probably pay the most on YouTube right now.
Combs instructed John Doe to join him in Combs's private office. Plaintiff went into the office where the two were alone. Plaintiff assumed Combs wanted to have a discussion about business. However, plaintiff immediately realized Combs was intoxicated and acting strangely. Combs began awkwardly moving closer to plaintiff. As he did so, Combs removed his pants and exposed his genitals to plaintiff. Combs continued to move closer and then grabbed plaintiff's genitals through his pants, squeezing them in a rough and sexual manner. Plaintiff, shocked and disoriented, froze momentarily and did not know how to respond to the weirdly inappropriate sexual advances made by Combs. This situation apparently escalated until someone, referred to as Professional Athlete A, entered the office and interrupted this assault. John Doe left the party and went home, but took a picture of the Ciroc bottle from the party. This same year as that John Doe's alleged assault.
Hey, yo. What?
Interrupted this assault. John Doe left the...
He took a picture of the Ciroc bottle from the party, y'all. What was this, a memorabilia? Like, yo, what? What's the picture for? To never forget this night? Now, yo, I can believe Diddy probably did this. You feel me? Like, yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that... I can believe Diddy fuck around did some shit like this. Drunk as a bitch. He freaky as a motherfucker. I can believe he did this. You know, they got a witness. NFL player, sports player #1. Witnessed it. My man said it was Odell. Possibly, who knows? You feel? I know what Lamar Jackson. Straight up. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I can see Diddy doing some fucked up shit like this. Just like I can see Diddy beating up the guy in Echo. I don't think he did all the extra shit that he said. But I can see Diddy beating up the guy in Echo. You know, Diddy got real hands with Mike Tyson. So I can believe he did some more football shit like that. Some more freaky shit. He freaky. It's a freaky guy, man.
The party and went home, but took a picture of the Ciroc bottle from the party. This same year as that
I'm gonna look it up next,
assault,
Nick.
another John Doe alleges he too was assaulted by Diddy at a Los Angeles after party. This John Doe is a personal trainer who's familiar with celebrities and notable people who he coaches in health and fitness. One such client was a fashion designer who in 2022 told John Doe she'd shared his workout videos with Diddy. Diddy was apparently impressed and wanted to meet John Doe and even feature him in a video. So this fashion designer invited John Doe to attend an exclusive award show after party hosted by Diddy. On June 27, 2022, a black Lincoln Navigator arrived at John Doe's home to escort him to Diddy's house in the Hollywood Hills. When John Doe arrived, one of Combs' business associates greeted him at the entrance. This person explained plaintiff, John Doe, needed to execute a non-disclosure agreement as a condition of entry into the party. Plaintiff ultimately consented to the agreement because he wanted to meet Combs and have an opportunity to promote himself and his business. John Doe didn't get a copy of this NDA, but instead was handed a drink that looked like tequila soda with a cranberry mixer. John Doe told he wasn't allowed into the party unless he drank it. So, wanting to get into the party, John Doe took a few sips.
Who fault is that? Who the fuck fault is that? You're not allowed in a party unless you drink it. Which means that this is what we doing tonight. We spiking the liquor. You fucking with us or not? You fucking with us or not? What you doing? What's up? You fucking with us? Man, fuck no. Peace. But these people decide to indulge and then turn around and say they was victims, they was drugged. I was drugged. No, the fuck you wasn't. You participated. That's an option, y'all. They gave him an option to drink or leave. But no, you want to get in this party. That's the same thing with the quid pro quo shit. You want to get in the industry, right? You want to get on, right? How bad you want to get on? I don't want to get on that bad, y'all. I promise you I don't. Not that bad. Not when I got to jeopardize my integrity. No, fuck no. But some people will. That's why I say, yo, who's the worst? You know? Greed is a sin, man.
Inside the party, John Doe ran into a model who he helped train. At that point, he felt more comfortable seeing a familiar face. In addition to this model, numerous celebrities were at this party. Something that John Doe...
No, drinking don't mean you consent to being drugged. But if somebody is saying you either drinking or you leaving, common sense should tell you that something is in this drink. Why are they forcing me to drink? Common sense is say, yo, something is in this drink. If everybody that comes in has to drink this drink as admission to the party, something is in this drink. I don't want to party that bad. Some people do. That's what I'm saying. Some people want to party that bad that they drink that drink knowing something in there.
Called a glamorous yet overwhelming atmosphere. All this continued when one of Diddy's associates guided John Doe into a small room with red lights. Inside, he saw about a dozen people, including some high-profile celebrities, engaging in group sex. Once inside this smaller room, plaintiff began to feel disoriented, dizzy, and weak, far beyond what he would expect from consuming a...
How did he get into the room, y'all? How did he get into the room?
Lights. Inside, he saw a familiar face. In addition to this model, numerous celebrities were at this party, something that John Doe called a glamorous yet overwhelming atmosphere.
Look,
he loved when one of Diddy's associates guided John Doe into a small room with red lights. Inside, he saw about a dozen people, including some high-profile celebrities.
Hold on, y'all. He was guided. Listen to what he said, y'all. One of Diddy's associates guided him into a small room with dim lights. Why they get out of all the people in the party? They just guided you. You at all? It's probably millions, it's probably hundreds of people there. They picked you and said, "Yo, come on this run. I want to show you something." I'm just trying to open people's eyes, yo, to what's really going on, man.
Engaging in group sex. Once inside this smaller room, plaintiff began to feel disoriented, dizzy, and weak, far beyond what he would expect from consuming a single alcoholic beverage. It became clear to him that something was wrong. He later realized someone had drugged him. It was at this moment that Diddy approached John Doe and allegedly began performing non-consensual oral sex on him. Diddy then told John Doe to perform oral sex on another person in the room, identified as Celebrity A. John Doe says he was hazy and disoriented because of this spiked drink, so he felt coerced into obeying. He felt trapped inside his own body, unable to control it or understand what was happening around him.
Yo, get the fuck out of here. Yo, get him out. Yo, throw this lawsuit out, man. This lawsuit needs to be tossed. Come on now. So you just was at the mercy. He just was like, yo, he ain't taking no accountability for nothing that's going on. He just at the mercy of the party. They like the whole party could have ran a train on yo, and he'd have sat back and man, yo, come on, yo. This lawsuit need to be tossed, yo. A lot of these lawsuits is fucking garbage. They know they're not gonna go nowhere. I told y'all the only reason I think they keep doing this shit is just to tank the jury pool, to make Diddy look like it's worse than what he is. Like I said, I believe Diddy did the other shit. The last lawsuit where he grabbed the dude, I think he did that. But this one and the one before this one, and the other two, the ones that we did in previous lives, man, throw them bitches out the window, rip them up. They playing. It's real victims out here.
Result, plaintiff was forced to perform non-consensual oral sex onto Celebrity A. After Celebrity A finished, this individual spit into plaintiff's mouth. But the assault didn't stop there. The drugs continued to make John Doe more and more out of it, affecting his memory and his motor skills. While in and out of consciousness, individuals at the party forced plaintiff into sexual acts with both men and women. Plaintiff's physical disposition made it impossible for him to return.
Fly guy, he can't be paralyzed if he having all these sexual encounters. Look like they ran a train on him or something. And how do he remember all of this? High as he was, fucked up as he was, he remember all of this.
Spit into plaintiff's mouth.
Ew.
But the assault didn't stop there. The drugs continued to make John to obey. He felt trapped inside his own body, unable to control it or understand what was happening around him. As a result, plaintiff was forced to perform non-consensual oral sex onto Celebrity A. After Celebrity A finished, this individual spit into plaintiff's mouth. But the assault didn't stop there. The drugs continued to make John Doe more and more out of it, affecting his memory and his motor skills. While in and out of consciousness, individuals at the party forced plaintiff into sexual acts with both men and women. Plaintiff's physical disposition made it impossible for him to reject their advances or otherwise control his body. These individuals, including Combs, essentially passed plaintiff's drugged body around like a party favor for their sexual enjoyment. Eventually, the drugs in John Doe's system caused him to lose consciousness, and he doesn't remember anything during this period of time. When he woke up, John Doe was disoriented. He was outside his apartment, but was missing his shirt and his phone. He still doesn't know how he got home. John Doe...
So they did him like that and dropped him off home. Man, get the fuck out of here. I don't believe y'all. He lying. He full of shit, y'all. Hey, Nikki, what's the person name? I don't believe y'all. I think he a sex worker. And he knew the assignment. He knew the assignment. And Nikki, what you say the person name was? Allie Carter. Are they gonna let me play it? It's not somebody that's gonna strike me, is it? Which one is it? This one or this one? The Allie Carter story.
Diddy parties.
Right, exactly, Brittany.
Those are
you know everything about how he got home. I better get the fuck out of here, right?
Assault parties, and I was one of the kids that was one of the party favors. And a party favors means that you're set on top of a table and you're used as a toy for anybody who comes across the table or who wants to party at a certain time of night. When the music stops and then the DJ starts flashing all these lights and they close the doors, and then everybody turns into like a frenzy and starts going into a crazed animal-like demonic state, and you have no idea what's going on. And yes, there was a time where I was just like completely don't give a shit because it happened, and I was the type of kid that thought that, you know, you're in the presence of royalty and they make it seem like you're in the presence of Hollywood, so you should be honored and you should be appreciating that you're there. And I was that person. I totally acted like that. I was like, oh, it's fine, you know, it really doesn't matter. But then it really did matter when my pimp was like, he had rules. He had lots of rules, and it was more money. And if you know the difference between a pimp, a John, and a trafficker, the trafficker is the supplier, but the pimp is collecting the money, and the John is doing the buying. So if the pimp is saying that full house, actual, full-blown sex is it, by the way, kids, don't watch this. Goodbye. I love you. Goodbye. If you found my stuff, get off right now. This is the moment where I'm telling you I'm angry. I forgot to put that reminder in the beginning. Okay, cool. Goodbye. What was I saying? Full sex. Full house sex. Thank you. If the pimp paid for if there's rules to full house sex and there's rules to to anal, and there's rules to all kind of different jobs. Okay, so at a certain point, I was not brought or traded for anal sex, but that didn't matter to a few celebrities that were there.
I don't know
it's
if I
not just
believe
celebrities,
her,
there's a lot of different people. They called it an all-black party, but it was mainly because a lot of the party favors were black kids. I was in the care of Riverside County Child Protective Services at the time. I was 15, barely 16. 15, 16. It's foggy. A lot happened that night, and I went really numb. And if there's videos or if there's anything that could go from that, then pull them. Because we all know that there's so many cameras around. So I can try to post the affidavits and I can put out what happened, but at the same time, what am I supposed to do?
I think she lying. I ain't buying her. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. I think she full of shit. I think she might just be on this bitch trying to gain clout. Yeah, a lot of them Diddy lawsuits just sound felonious. Like I said, I believe out of all the lawsuits we read, I think we done read all of them that came out. I only believe 2. And one of them, I think it's a lot of lies in it. But when it come down to Diddy being aggressive, like putting his hands on people, and I think Diddy did a lot of that. I think he did a lot of that. When the guy said Diddy grabbed him by the genitals, I think Diddy did that shit too. I think Diddy might have got fucked up and did that. Yeah, but some of these other ones, I don't believe that shit. I think that's a bunch of bold BS for real. Yeah, I think she clout chasing. I don't believe Shorty. She got the whole little setup, the little dark light. I mean, the little black and white. Nah, she putting on the show. She putting on the show. Yo, but shit though, y'all. I think this is another good one. Did we cover everything? I think we did. Y'all know we go live every day at 11 p.m. Eastern time. Yo, if y'all didn't watch that video if y'all don't know about the Abercrombie and Fitch lawsuit, viewer discretion advised, y'all. That is wild. Like, yo, that's insane, yo. I can't believe it. I mean, my thing is, y'all, get the pimps. Get the pimps. Get the madams. Get the real people that's helping push this nonsense. Get the parents. Get everybody. You feel me? Like, yo, don't just keep grabbing one person out the bunch and then making him the face of it. Because that's not stopping anything. It's not going to stop nothing. You really got to go to the source. You gotta get the parents that's selling their children. This is if everything is true. You gotta get the parents that's selling their children. You gotta get the pimps. And then there will be no buyers. That's how you stop the buyers. You know, that's how you stop the buyers. But shit though, y'all, I appreciate everybody that tapped in. If y'all want to support the platform, you cash that Baltimore swag at the bottom of the screen. And like I said, yeah, we go live every day at 11 p.m. Eastern time. Every day. We haven't missed a day in 3-4 months. So even if you don't get the notification, you know YouTube play games sometimes. All you gotta do is any time from 11 to 11:15, we're gonna be live. Unless I post and say we running a little late, it's gonna be 11:30. But other than that, we're gonna be live every day. And I'm out.